What's going on, guys? This is a podcast named Friendly Fire Podcast, right? This is one that me and the buddies, we're gonna have a couple different guests. I will be mainly the main guy, and then whoever wants to be a part of it is welcome. This is gonna be with my buddies. I've met these two gentlemen here on Call of Duty from absolute shit talking, and it ended up just working out. So here we are.
Last time we did the entire thing, and
No, seriously.
it
We
was for
really
nothing.
did. We did the entire podcast. All right, fine. Now we're here. The audio is here. I can see that it. I can see it. Our cameras are moving smoothly. It's a good time. Let me start my virtual
All
camera so
right.
you guys can actually be engaged. Let me know if you can see my ass or not.
Uh,
Going on in your life, guys? You want to talk about anything? What's going on in the world? Thoughts, opinions? Remember, whatever's on our minds, we talk about it. We shoot shots, and opinions sometimes both land.
do you got anything? I got something. I don't have
Go
anything.
ahead, Lance.
I was playing with someone earlier, right, who isn't much of a story person, right? How does not being a story person affect how you play games, right? Devil Wings, I heard you're not much of a story person.
Wait, what? I love the stories.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And Doom.
take Gears of War, right? You said everything was getting too repetitive, right?
Well, dude, I feel like I'm playing on fucking the first GTA ever created. That's what it feels like.
Well, I mean, you're gonna play that way for 4 more Gears of War games. What about you, Odin? Are you more of a story or or just a gameplay person?
I'm personally more of a storytell type game.
Mhm.
Like nowadays, the games that are just online, I'm not a big fan of because there's excitement to it. Because the
Yeah.
best game to come out that I think should win Game of the Year this year is Expedition 33. Literally the best game I've ever played so far.
I have not played it, but I've heard only good things about
I
it.
literally have never heard of that game until just now.
I personally played Split Fiction with another person, right?
Mm.
And I think that is pretty Game of the Year material.
That shit was awesome. I played it too.
Just the story alone really made me really happy, right? Sad, everything, right? Did you play it, Odin?
Yes, I played it. It was actually pretty fun.
But
I'm not gonna. You know what? There was some good and bad. I think me being a pig and then loving being a pig and then dying in a really gruesome way really fucked me up
And
mentally.
become an hot dog.
Yes, wieners. They said. Okay, that. What I think I loved about the game the most was near the ending when they actually made the screen split and they made it rotate and you guys were playing in split fictions. Like you guys would see different things, but it would be the exact same thing.
yes,
And I'm like, dude, that is so sick when it comes to gaming, when it comes to anything that has to do with what's going on in the gaming world and and how games have evolved since what's ever been going on. But it really is just amazing. I genuinely really like that. My worst thing about it, I love my wife, I love Otter, but god damn did I get pissed off to the point where I said we're done. We're fucking done. I almost broke my controller, especially on the fucking centipede. Oh my god. The fucking
centipede was easy.
centipede.
I
dude,
don't know.
the
For
centipede
me,
was so
it was
easy.
easy.
I mean,
For that one, it was not so
It was easy. How long did it take y'all to beat the game?
18 hours.
3 months. It took me 3
mean,
months.
It's about 10 hours to beat.
Really?
Well,
Yes.
you were probably just trying to beat the game, where me, I was actually enjoying it, exploring it, having fun. We were doing every single side quest, where I know Lance
Well, no,
was doing
that's
all
what we
of
did.
that. Plus, he did every single Easter egg on top of that. There's special ways to unlock side quests.
No, no. I definitely didn't do every single Easter egg, but I did find that there was an Elden Ring reference
Mhm.
and a few other references that were hidden away, which was very cool.
Most of the side quest, everything is just we barely died because we just most of it was really easy.
I had a lot of trouble specifically with the platforming parts and the parts that really jarred your senses. I had such a hard time doing it. I really did. I don't know how to find out how much hours I spent. Sorry.
and now it's gonna be probably Doom: The Dark Ages, because that shit is fucking awesome.
I've actually never
I
played
still
any of
think
the Dooms.
And this is
Nope.
why you're hated. That's
before 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 we get too far along, I wanted to mention on something that Devil Wings was saying about how like the split fiction part broke convention. I was it reminded me of Alan Wake 2, right? Has anyone ever heard of Alan Wake or Alan Wake 2?
Yeah.
So in the second chapter, right, whenever you're playing as Alan Wake, the Dark Place plays like a musical for you, and like you're first you see a live action version of Alan Wake, and then he looks at a TV that has the game version of Alan Wake, and you get into the game version, and then you see on the TVs live versions of the musical performance happening. So it really like broke my mind whenever I saw that. You ever played Doom?
Nope. Never
So
played any of them.
what about Wolfenstein?
Never played it.
So you talked about so you're talking about like your thing. Does anyone else own like weird gaming enhancers? I guess Odin.
Not really. I just play on mouse and keyboard, and then certain games I'll just use control.
I don't see the need.
He
Like
actually has this. He actually has this browser. It's called walls.exe. So when we play Call of Duty,
oh yeah,
he's able to plug it in directly, and he does this left, right, up, down, and it opens up the menu for him. So when you actually see him melee, that's him clicking. You just understand it. He matches it perfectly with the melee. And then that's why when he switches to sniper,
Yeah.
it's kind of bullshit, I will say. All right, here's a random topic. What is the weirdest game that you've played that you still own to this day? That maybe it's old school, maybe it's retro, maybe it's a game that you played once, was kind of cool, wasn't your thing, or a game that you were like, what the fuck is this? And you never played it again. I have the perfect one here. I can't show you physically because my camera isn't showing to you. But I have a game called Recore that was released on the Xbox One.
What? You didn't like Recore?
I honestly do not remember shit nowadays. I do remember there being this main character who was looking for her father, and you had to extract these orbs from these robots. But it was very repetitive, very fun. Definitely for kids, I will say. Definitely for kids. I didn't get very, very far into it because I was absolutely terrified. Okay. But that is one, and then I guess the last one is Perfect Dark Zero, which is really fun. But I remember playing that with my little brother, but I also only played it specifically because the main character was hot.
I don't know. If we're talking about weird games that we still own, right? I think it'd be like some of the old Ace Combat games.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be weird. It's just, if it's weird, but, you know, whatever you want. Old stuff. Games that you're like, okay, weird, you know.
Okay, if we're talking about old games, then I still have Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Oh, I heard not.
So a year after GTA 3 came out, Mercenaries came out. Basically, it's like GTA, but you're a mercenary in a battlefield.
Okay.
It's really good. And it didn't make me feel like I'm a genocidal maniac or an insane person playing GTA 3. I'm weird. I can't play GTA because of that.
So, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this. It's a pretty old game.
Mhm.
Have you? It's called Conker's Bad Fur Day for the Nintendo 64.
Oh.
That game is not meant for children, but
the great mighty
the
Pooh.
weirdest is the weirdest game I have ever played, and I actually love it.
It is. It's surprising Nintendo even decided to greenlight that. Because that's a Nintendo game.
Yeah, it's honestly, I think it's really.
Devil Wings, if you have a chance, you should pull up the Conker's Bad Fur Day Great Mighty Pooh. Will give you everything you need to know.
I'll make sure to remind myself after I edit this video.
All right.
Let's move on to weirdest things we believed as kids. So this is going to be a category basically talking about things that we believed as kids that were weird. So for example, I thought babies came out of the belly button, or I thought girls peed out of their butts. Stuff like that. So, weirdest things we believed in as kids. Do we have any examples? I just gave two. Those are not self-believers. That is genuinely like
Here, this is definitely, it's not like what I believed in as in like a thing, but I believe that islands were called islands until like 4th grade.
I can actually see that.
I did spell isle correctly though, ISLE, but I thought islands were islands.
Isle lands. That's what I probably thought. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe weirdest thing I believed in was like snipes. Like, because my grandfather would always mess with me. He's like, "Oh, if you go out there in the dark by yourself, you get taken by the snipes." And half the time when I was younger, I just refused to go outside when it was dark.
Reminds me of being in Missouri for like 2 years and finally seeing a lightning bug and being scared shitless.
Really?
Yeah.
How are you scared of a lightning bug? What do you
Well,
think it was
I
gonna
was
do?
tiny. What do you expect? They glue in the dark and they chased me. Motherfucker shit scared me, okay?
I was scared of a bullfrog while I was on the trail. It was giant, looked like it was out to get me, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. I was scared. This happened when I was like 11 or 12.
Good topics, boys. Next topic. This one's gonna be called Cancel One Thing Forever, okay? So we have to pick, I'll give you guys 4 options. You have to decide
Yeah.
which one's gotta go, but then we have to argue our case about it, okay? Socks, music, memes, or showers. One has to go. And what are your thoughts? I'll let Odin go first, then me, then Lance.
So you said socks,
Music,
memes, or what?
I said socks, music, memes, or showers.
I'd have to say socks. I already don't wear socks half the time unless I have to for work or something.
What would you do to get?
If I had to pick,
Huh?
well,
What
hold
do you-
on a minute. Hold on a minute. I want to hear everyone's opinion, and then we're gonna argue our case. Okay.
Okay.
For me,
Okay.
I obviously wear boots, and I can't stand the
Mhm.
feeling of wearing. I don't really wear sandals or anything like that. I wear shoes, boots, dress shoes, normal shoes like Jordans, Nike Airs,
Mhm.
all that, and I can't wear shoes without socks, so that obviously cannot be something I take away. Music, I make music. I shouldn't have to explain myself. Hell no. Memes, honestly, would believe the world. Do think the world kind of has TikTok humor, which is like the lowest of the low. If I had to
Mhm.
pick one, memes. And the reason why I'm not choosing showers is pretty self-evident. I am a plumber. I work a lot in shit. So when I get off from working 19 hours, and it's happened, you guys know. Literally, yes, or Friday. I didn't get home till 1 in the freaking morning. I was covered in feces. I needed to shower. And those were one of those things I had to do. And I cannot live without a shower because it's so nice. I'm sunburnt, I'm fucked, but at least I got a shower and that allows me to sleep at night. That is my opinion. All right, Lance, go nuts.
All right. I'm gonna be the most out there. Showers for me, and I'm excited
Oh,
to argue about it.
Jesus Christ.
Dude,
All right.
it's nothing bad. Like it's not because of me, right? It's about everything else.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm excited to
Light
argue
his
about
ass
this.
up. Light his ass the fuck up, dude. Fuck this guy. What the hell?
All right.
I want to hear his explanation
Yeah,
of why.
because I mean, you
All
already
right,
look like
let's
you
start
haven't
first?
showered
Okay.
in weeks, but I want to hear
What?
what's going.
I showered yesterday, bro.
Dude,
Nah,
this is awesome.
So we live in the information age, right? And so I'm going to give a number of examples first. We live in a time where it is extremely hard to go ahead and talk to people face to face. And I believe that if one thing that we can go and get done easier, right? We can see face to face with people. I'm not trying to be weird or gross about it or anything like that, because there's still rivers, there's still streams and stuff like that. And showers are a personal thing, right? But like you see people in Africa and other places that don't have this thing here. If we think about it, right, we over sexualize everything,
He's
right?
not in Africa.
And so if we get rid of Okay, let me go.
He's
Do you
not there.
So here's the thing, right?
Okay. Because you're like
So
people in Africa. I'm like,
do
bitch, are
the
you
people in Africa do the people in Africa over sexualize everything? So right. So if we take in that into account, right, and we talk about showers, right? If we take them away, people were forced to go and have to be close to each other, right? Go and take away, because that typically when sexual arousal comes from the taboo, right? Putting on
Right.
clothes, seeing them without clothes.
Okay.
So we can go and conquer a lot of things here if we just go and take away showers.
Right.
Now, I'm ready for your arguments against this.
You're absolutely mentally incapable of answering anything from here on out, so I'm gonna let Odin take this out because what was that? No showers because of Africa.
No,
I kind of
think...
spaced out halfway what you were saying. I'll be completely honest.
Well,
like, I just
okay, so I can't have an intellectual conversation
again. I heard you talk about over-sexualizing Africa.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with showers? And I'm over here like,
what are you talking about? I never said that. I never said, dude, I need to go ahead and take your meds next time, bro. Take your ADHD meds.
I didn't go to the gym today.
Yeah?
Sorry. That's my therapy. It didn't happen. It did not happen.
I will talk about this again. And you know what? I'm going to go and have a cohesive story. And that way, you'll believe canceling showers is the right thing to do of all those 4 things.
So you choose, if you were to cancel showers, that means you only memes, music, and socks. Now that's absolutely insane. I'm going to let Odin either roast the hell out of you or just say, you're right, Lance, and say, fuck me, basically. So we'll just...
No, I need to hear him roast me.
I need him to... All right. And after this, we'll move on to the next topic, which I might add. It might be the funniest part of this entire podcast.
You know why showers are so important, right?
Why are they so important?
Oh, because at the end of the day, people are already carrying so much bacteria on themselves.
That's true.
For example, you got this shitbag named Devil that plays with shit all day.
And I've never got rid of, like, community bathing.
See, I already don't like people. I don't want to. I will go without a shower for months.
So do you think that makes it you less likely to see other people?
So no matter what, we're always going to have that conflict with people. It's no one's ever going to be living in this happy world. So even if you saw people more days, there's always be that conflict. No matter what.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's the world we live in. See, there's nothing about it.
See, I'm like an Odin. He's actually arguing with me. He's not just going and COD talking me.
All right, now it's time for the next topic, my friends. This one is going to be how would you survive a zombie apocalypse with no internet? Okay, but here's the kicker.
I'm ready for this.
Instead of being smart about it, everyone chooses a completely useless weapon. For example, like a spork or a leaf blower in the zombie apocalypse.
Okay, so you take a useless weapon, but can you turn it into something that's amazing?
No, because this is only... Everyone has to be completely... Like, instead of being smart, you have to be stupid with these answers. I'm expecting stupid. And based on your answers, I will provide a point to whoever has a better answer.
Potato cannon. Potato cannon.
So that's technically all right, doing something.
Well, right, but think about it, right? There's so many potatoes everywhere, right? And if you just keep on loading potatoes in, zombies might get sick of it.
Guess our zombie apocalypse scene is in fucking Ireland, so let's just assume it's there.
I know.
Let's assume it's there, since all the potatoes are everywhere, right? All right. All right. All right, Odin, give me something even more stupider.
I'd take a pillow.
Why?
All right,
I'd love to hear it.
Something to lay my head on, and then I could suffocate the zombies if I felt like it.
But what kind of zombies are we talking about? Is this like the Last of Us zombies, or is this like walkers from The Walking Dead, where they do nothing but walk and are basically harmless? If it's
or are we talking about like
good luck? You're fucked.
Are we talking about almost warm kind of zombies, or though? Like, can there be reason with?
Yeah, go nuts. Yeah. Want to know my weapon? You want to know what I choose?
Sure.
I choose a whoopee cushion. I choose.
Oh yeah.
Fucking whoopee cushion. The reason is because if I'm gonna die, I might as well go out with a very loud, out-of-pocket rip. The zombies are gonna be so confused. Either it was me. You know, I'm gonna give myself a point for that.
No, what the hell?
You know how I would survive the zombie apocalypse? I'd just fucking hit you in the knee with a goddamn... Just hit you with a pillow, and then the zombies can just eat you while I run away.
All right, Lance.
Yeah, you don't have to be the fastest. You just have to be faster than the fat person.
I'll give everyone 3 chances, all right? And this is... I won't include this section for me at all. Is now running with the stupidest weapon being a pillow. Give me something even more stupider. Something even dumber than that.
An eraser.
An eraser.
I'm gonna erase those zombies.
Okay, yeah, this is.
I'm going.
This is something. Okay. This is something, man. This is something. Oh my god.
I already know something dumber than both of that.
Oh, so your argument is an eraser is going to erase the zombies. Okay. Odin, give me something even stupider, okay? Your
blade of
second
grass.
attempt. A blade of grass. Okay.
Oh.
We have fumbled the ball!
I think an eraser. I think an eraser's worse, bro.
No.
I'll let you
What
guys
am I gonna do
battle
with
this
a blade
out.
of grass?
A blade of grass might cut someone. An eraser won't do anything.
You can choke somebody. You can choke a zombie with an eraser.
You
Shove
know
it down
what?
his mouth.
I'm thinking of those pencil erasers.
Adventure
Okay.
Time,
If
he
it's
has
attached to a
grass
pencil, you can
sword.
stab the person with the pencil.
Okay, well, it's just I'm just chewing off the eraser part and using that.
You're chewing it off.
That's what you do whenever you're young.
All right, ladies.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, Odin, Lance has beaten you in the second. He only has one more attempt. You also have one more attempt. So whoever stands on top is the winner of this section of the podcast. So I do believe an eraser is stupider than a pillow because what the fuck? Okay. So Lance, you have one more attempt to give me something even stupider. Okay.
A bobblehead.
A bobblehead.
They will be so mesmerized the movement that they won't come after me.
What kind of zombies are we with? Like, are they just like baby zombies? They're like, whoa, what is going on? You expect these guys not to want you, just mesmerized by the world, and you're just showing them everything?
Well, I mean, they like the monkey bombs from Call of Duty, so why wouldn't they like the bobblehead if I make it loud enough?
You didn't say that. You just said a bobblehead. You did not say a bobblehead that attracts.
Because I don't need any more. A bobblehead is dumb as it is, but I could use it.
Yes, you know what? You can. All right, Odin. Me, the most stupidest weapon in a zombie apocalypse.
Piece of lint.
A piece.
Oh, he won. Yeah, that's good. He won.
He fucking won. Oh, right. Now this one, I'm gonna give the leader to. I'm gonna let Lance be the leader of this one. I'll give you the prompt, and I'll let you explain. It's only gonna be me and Odin, and you have to pick between us. Okay. And that makes us win this section. Okay, so this one is called Horrible First Jobs. So basically, me and Odin are going to tell our worst job stories. Bonus points if someone had to wear a costume or clean up human fluids, right?
Well, you do that every day.
You know what? I'll make this even better. Fuck that section. There's another one I just saw. It's called Group Roast. This one is a group roast. So basically, me and Odin are either going to roast each other or you. And you're going to pick between the best one.
It's roasting me. It's roasting me. Definitely roasting me.
Who's most likely to blank? But this is going to be very unfiltered. Again, this is the Whatever's on Our Minds podcast. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'll view it as constructive feedback. But let's
stupid.
Go with Odin first. Go ahead.
We can keep it stupid. All right, Odin. What you have is who's most likely to get arrested for yelling at a pigeon? And you have to absolutely roast the shit. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I feel like you would get arrested for a pigeon because of shit you fucking do in Call of Duty. The shit you yell at.
You want that shit?
You would
shit? I got one for you.
Yell at a pigeon.
I got one for you. No. I got one for you. Who's most likely to die because they try to pet a bear? You. Actually, fuck that. Polar bear. I know he's not in here, but it's polar bear. Because that motherfucker.
Odin wins.
What? Wait.
Devilwings, Polar Bear's not here. Our cat doesn't even know who Polar Bear is.
Very true. But he will be an upcoming guest.
Yes, that's true.
That was a very short one. It could have been dragged out further.
I think it'd be better
to keep me as leader because it's kind of shitty because I'm the only one who can see the prompts. So that's kind of should be just between you two. I pick.
Let's try this again, but roast me for something very dumb.
Okay, you
and then the dumbest thing wins.
Call of Duty match has zero right to make me follow you to the top of the fucking staircase to throw a bomb through a door while I watch you do it. Like, do you want me to hold your hand? Who in their right mind's like, hey, we're playing Search and Destroy. You should come follow me to this ladder for the whole 6 rounds and hope to God one of them hits, and you'll just be here for pure, hey, you saw it happen. That fuck you for that.
You got anything stupider than that?
Oh, I would say the fact that
I'm waiting.
Devil
I was waiting for it.
thinks he's so good at Call of Duty, but when he dies, he's like, "Oh, why didn't you help me?" Or he fucking needs someone right up his ass to fucking. Oh well, why didn't you kill him?
I do that.
I got one too. If we're talking about it, always pick the teams that are sure to win in custom games. Sure to win.
Hold on. I got a valid argument against that. I have a valid argument against that.
Purposely pick yourself.
That was only because you and Odin specifically said you wanted to fight Jinx, and you wanted to fight me. Therefore, I made it. It even. Hold on. I'm not done. I'm not done with my case. And whenever I do become leader, and there is a lot of us, do I not? I'm the one who started the whole pick 2 team captain, so it is fair. I try my damnest to keep it fair. I don't care what team I'm on. I really don't. At this point, I've gotten to the point where I don't care if it's not multiplayer and I'm not actually gaining anything out of it. It's all for show. Could care less.
The only reason why you did the 2 team captains thing was because everyone complained that you were choosing teams.
So basically what you're telling me is I won this prompt, and now we can move on because you just admitted to it. So, thank you so much. All right.
I'm sorry, Odin. I can't be mean forever.
All right, Odin. I'm giving the control in your hands. I'm not going to give you any examples.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give you the prompt, and me and Lance have to act off of that prompt, and you have to pick the best
Yeah.
between the two of us. Okay? So the prompt here is the weirdest thing you do for $10,000. And you can actually increase the stakes or anything, all right? But you want to dictate
what was it?
the weirdest thing I do or Lance would do for $10,000. Let's just say that's a minimum, and then it can increase. So that is just the weirdest thing or what we would do. So the goal is whoever is the most desperate, they would do anything in your book. They would win the round.
So you have 24 hours to buy whatever. You have to spend every dime of $10,000. What are the top 5 things y'all think is a necessity to buy with $10,000?
That's a good question. A good spin on it. Good spin on it.
5? Oh,
yeah, 5
my God.
things.
Obviously, fucking Xbox, because, yes, a monitor, a recording setup. Everything that I have costs less than that. So I will put computer, microphone, monitor, Xbox, and then webcam. That's just say 5. That is my entire setup, and that is a necessity. You didn't say how to spend all the $10,000 on these 5 items. You just said out of the 5 items, what is a necessity? So
I said you have to spend $10,000 in 24 hours. 24 hours. You have to spend every single penny of it.
Okay. All right. If that's the case, then I want a Alienware goddamn PC. I want a fucking.
You think that's essential to life?
I want a Louis Vuitton back massager gaming chair. Okay. I want a fucking Gucci. I want a Gucci fucking Rolex made gaming desk. Okay. It's up there.
It is more expensive than $10,000.
Okay, fine. What if I make it very easy for you? Instead of 5, I only actually have 1 answer. An entire wide body kit for the car that I have.
What kind of car do you have?
I have a Camaro SS. 6-speed.
Oh, then
manual.
You picked that crappy car?
I'm sorry, did you have a fucking Honda Civic? The higher the socks, the downer the fool. The bigger the torta, the more I'ma do.
Ford Mustang.
No. You can keep your fucking Coyote, and you know what? I don't even want to win. I don't want to win.
I'll tell you right now, the head-to-head race. No.
Okay.
Fox Body Mustang.
Okay. See, now you have my attention. When people say Mustang, I'm expecting like the gayest 5.0 that they took their mufflers off, and they're like, "Oh, dude, I'm like, you have a 5-liter fucking Mustang with nothing but a loud ass exhaust." I actually have a 6.2-liter LS3 with a lot of money put into that car and a lot of
you're sounding a little bit more gay.
Never talk shit about the Coyote. I actually really enjoyed that. That was by far probably one of the best Mustangs to ever exist, apart from the old school Mach 1s and 2s. Those were the shits. Old school Mustangs are better than the new ones by far, except for the new one, the Dark Horse. I do like because they basically made it a Camaro. I'm not even lying to you. The whole fucking sides, everything looks just like one. Anyways, that's a little side rant, but nothing to do with you. My final answer is $10,000 on a wide body kit. Let's just pretend I didn't even say a car.
Mhm.
Just wide body kit. Ow, holy
So
shit.
I'm spending $5,000 immediately
Mhm.
on stocks because stocks have kept me
Huh.
alive for a long time now. I'm
That all on
buying the
blue.
most expensive PC ever. Not ever, right? But I'm buying the most expensive one I've ever bought before.
Hey, I was told to be specific.
I'm getting a 4080, right? Because I heard that doesn't
Mhm.
have as much heat problems as the 50 series.
You know what's crazy?
You know,
He
and
didn't
then I'm
ever
going to.
once say he was gonna upgrade his Wi-Fi. Isn't that fucking nuts? Isn't that fucking nuts?
You're right. You're right. Oh wow.
I'm thinking outside the box. I love it.
Enough about me. I actually have a serious $10,000 question for you. $10,000, but for the next 5 years, right? You have a lifelike set of balls, right? Like, but there's nothing. It's like
What?
3D printed kind of thing, right? But you
Yeah.
have to open it up, right? Every time you want to get out your keys, and they'll magically go in back into the box, and they'll reseal itself. So every time you have to use your keys for the next 3 years, you actually have to go and open it up. Nothing comes out of it. It's just like 3D printed kind of thing, but it looks like a pair of balls. $10,000 though.
All right, Odin. I'll let you decide what. I mean, I don't think I won, but it is what it is. Odin.
I love how everyone's ignoring. That's so great.
I would say devil.
It looks like you both are car guys. I'm not a.
I am
I'm
a
not
car
a car.
guy.
That's
My
your
dream
first
car is a
mistake.
Skyline R34.
Thank you. Me too. Actually, legit the exact same car. I do like the R35s
Yeah.
though. They have been pretty. They really are pretty cool. My little brother, he works on helicopters in the Marine Corps. He's in Japan right now, and I told him, you get one opportunity to ship a car from any country for free to the United States. If you do not come back with a GTR, you have failed as a member of the family. All right. Oh.
Looks like we're going to have to end this here, folks.
Yeah, it
One of our
does.
members.
Yes, it does look like we're going to have to end this one here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I know this is a first-time podcast, and everything is very mix-match, crazy, laggy. It is what it is. We're at the bottom of the barrel. We're trying our damn best, okay? If you would like to see more of this, or have any opinions, or would like to give us ideas on certain things we should talk about, we will have different individuals here, but it is going to be mainly ran by me. You guys have yourself a good day, and if you liked the video, press subscribe. If not, completely cool. You have yourselves a good rest of your day. Podcast out.